Hello everyone, welcome to Start Tech. In today's video, we are going to discuss about Apache Kafka. So let us begin. So at the end of this video, you will understand all these concepts. So don't get overwhelmed right now. So we'll just begin with our first topic, which is called topic in Kafka. So what is topic in Kafka? Topic is a stream of data which is similar to a table in database. So like you have so many tables in database, similarly you can have n number of topics in Kafka. Topic in Kafka is identified by its name. Topic is split into partitions like so. Now you may ask like, okay, so do I need to specify while creating a topic? Answer is yes. The number of partition you need to mention while creating a topic. We will discuss in our next upcoming video like how we can create a topic in Kafka and how we can work with it. Okay. Each partition in Kafka is ordered like 0, 1, 2, 3. It cannot be 2, 1 or it should be in order. Okay. And each partition consists of offset. So these are all the offsets. Okay, these are an incremental ID which holds the data. Okay, similarly each offset writes the data. Okay, so we'll discuss in further video like how it happens, how producer and consumer talk to each other. So topic, partition and offset, like how they work together, or what is the significance of each of them. So for example, we have offset 2 in partition 1. So this data does not represent the data which is present in partition 0. So these are all different data. These are immutable, that is it cannot be changed, and order is guaranteed within the partition itself. Order is not guaranteed across partition. So this is an important concept which you should know before understanding Kafka, or in an interview also this question may be asked. Broker. So we till now we got what is topic, what is partition and what is offset. Okay, so now we'll understand like how this topic is stored. So topic is stored in Kafka. Topic is stored in a broker in Kafka. So how it is stored in a broker? Each broker is identified by a number. So broker 101, 102 and 103, as you can see in the diagram. Each broker contains topic partitions. After connecting to any broker, you can connect to all the cluster in typically Kafka cluster. A good number to start is 3 brokers. You can have as many brokers. Okay, so how topic is stored in a broker. So consider that topic A has 3 partition. So each partition will be stored in a different broker, as we have 3 broker cluster as seen in the diagram. So now there is also replication. So as it is a distributed system, there should be some replication also. Golden rule of replication is 3, and usually it can be between 2 and 3, but the golden number is to have 3 in a production environment. So let us understand this through the diagram below. So consider that topic A has 2 partition. Okay, 2 replications will happen in this. Replication factor is 2 and partitions we have 2. So 0 and 1 partition. So this partition in 101, this is a partition 0 with topic 0, and we have replication in a 102. Similarly, we'll have partition 1 in 102 and we'll have replication in 103. So let us understand the so this is why we have replication, because if any broker goes down, we have other brokers to produce the data. So we'll understand the concept of leader for a partition. So this is also a interview question as well, like how leader partition is done in Kafka. So we'll understand from this diagram. Like suppose we are having a broker 101, we have partition 0. So this would be the leader, and other copy of the same data, same partition would be a in-sync replica. Okay, similarly for the second partition as well. So at a time only one broker can be a leader for a given partition. So only that leader can receive and serve data for a partition. The other broker will be in synchronized, that is in sync replica. So question in an interview may be asked like what is in sync replica. So you can answer this like we have a leader for each partition. Okay, only one broker can be a leader for a given partition. So for for 101 broker we have partition 0. So this 101 broker will be leader for partition 0. In 102 this cannot be a leader, as each broker will have a leader. So I hope you got the answer from this. So now till now we saw what is topic, what is broker. Now we'll understand consumer. Consumer is a way how we write data to a topic in a Kafka. Okay, so producer automatically knows to which broker or partition it should write. You need not write any different code for to write the data. It does it automatically for you, and it knows to which broker or partition to write. In case a broker fails, producer will automatically recover. Okay, so we need not write anything special for it. Okay, so there are three modes in producer. So x0, x1, xall. This is also interview ask question like what is x0, x1 and xall. So x0 is possible that data loss will happen, and this is not a recommended. What happens in x0 is producer won't wait for acknowledgement. In x1 producer will wait for leader acknowledgement. There is a limited data loss in this. Xall, leader plus replica acknowledgement, so there is no data loss. So these are the different modes in which while writing a data it receives or performs acknowledgement. So what happens is like suppose you are writing a data and you want to do some modification after it. So this is how you could do. You can write a data, and after getting the acknowledgement from the leader that okay, so processing is completed, and then you are performing the acknowledgement. So this is how it happens in Kafka. Okay, so producer key message. Producer can choose or send a key with the message. The key could be a string, a number, etc. Okay, so if key is null, data would be sent in a round robin manner. If a key is sent, then all the data to that key would go to the same partition. For example, suppose we have this cluster, okay, and producer, we have data. Producer will always, for 101, it performs some hashing. So if we are passing 101, it will always go to partition 0. If we are passing key as 102, it will always go to partition 102. So remember this. This is also interview ask question, like how what is the role of key when passing messages from the producer. Okay, so it also performs some hashing, but it is in great detail. Consumer. So till now we understood topic, broker, producer. We learned about X1, X0, X all. Now we'll understand about consumer. So what basically consumer is? Consumer is a Java application. Okay, consumer reads the data from a topic identified by its name. Consumer know which broker to read from. In case a broker fails, consumer know how to recover. Data is read in order within the partition. For example, we have this broker 101, which produces data like 0, 1, 2, 9, 10, 11 till 11. It will read always in sequential manner. But there is a case like we have from partition 1 and partition 2. We have two partition for this topic. So for a consumer to consume it, it can consume arbitrarily, some from this partition, some from this partition. Okay, so let us understand this with the consumer group. So consider that you have a topic A with 3 partition. You have consumer 1, consumer 2 and consumer 3. These are your Java programs or any language which you are doing your programming. Okay, so every consumer will read from different partition. Similarly for consumer 2 and consumer 3. Okay, so consumer group, what if we have too many consumer? Okay, so this is a decision which you need to make while creating the number of consumer and determining the number of partition while creating the topic. So like if we have more number of consumer than the partition, then what will happen is consumer will be in an inactive mode. So this should be taken care before creating a topic, like how many partition and how many consumer group are there, or how many consumers are there. Okay, consumer offset and delivery. Okay, so in Kafka, offset at which a consumer group has been reading. Okay, so suppose we have a topic which has so many offsets. Okay, what Kafka does is Kafka will store the topics, offset which it has read. Consider this is done because if a consumer dies, then how will it understand like from where it should read? So it has read till 4 to 6 to, and it has to read after that. So how will it understand if it dies? So this is the way which it understand that how it read after that offset. So that is stored in underscore underscore consumer underscore offset. So this is a key to answer typical this kind of question, like okay, my consumer dies, then how will I be able to read from where it has left? So it is important for understanding point of view as well. Delivery semantics. Okay, so we have three types of delivery semantic: at most one, at least one, and exactly once. At most once is not that preferable. Offset are committed as soon as the message is received. But what if you want to do something, you want to process something, and then you want to write the data? Then at least once is preferred. And in mostly production as well, at least once is being used. Offset are committed after the message is processed. Okay, so that is not the thing. Like, okay, if you read this, then offset is committed. Offset is committed after you do some processing. So you will do some processing over it, right? So that is the preferred way. Exactly once is Kafka to Kafka workflow, or Kafka to stream or streaming APIs like Spark and all can be used. Kafka broker delivery discovery. Kafka broker discovery, how it discovers your Kafka cluster is when a Kafka client requests a bootstrap server with its metadata, then it gets access to your entire Kafka cluster. So this is the key. Okay, you can connect to any bootstrap Kafka broker, one broker, and you will get the access to entire cluster. It has metadata request as well, addition, so that it can understand, okay, I connect to 101, but I know like how many bootstrap servers are there in the cluster. Through this, each broker knows about broker topics and partition. These are the metadata. Okay, I connect to broker 101. I would need the metadata also, right? Which topics are there, which partition are there, for doing some operations over that. Zookeeper. So till now we understood about topic, producer, consumers, and broker, right? So what is Zookeeper? Zookeeper manages all the brokers in the cluster. Zookeeper keeps his performing a leader election partition, which we saw with the ISR concept. Zookeeper send notification to Kafka in case of there is some a broker dies, or there's some deletion of topics, etc. Kafka cannot work without Zookeeper. Zookeeper is designed by the operators and operates with the odd number of cluster like 3, 5 and 7. This is by default. You can only work with odd number of servers. Zookeeper handles leader election and has handle rights. The rest of the servers are followers. So Zookeeper handles has a leader data. Zookeeper does not store consumer offset, as we saw here in this consumer offset. So it is handled by Kafka and not by Zookeeper from greater version than uh, Kafka after Kafka 10. 0.10. This is handled by Kafka itself. So it is really important to enable, and it is really important for Zookeeper to be up. In the next video we will try to see it in a CLI mode with one Zookeeper and one Kafka cluster. Okay, so this is a typical diagram of architecture of handling Zookeeper. So we have a leader here and we have two follower of Zookeeper. So this structure is why, because if Zookeeper 1 or the server 1 fails or it is under maintenance, then other server Zookeeper 2 can provide access to the Kafka brokers. Okay, so this is managing of Zookeeper is really important for Kafka cluster. Okay, so we'll understand what are Kafka guarantees. Messages are appended to a topic partition in the order which they are sent. Consumer read message in order they are stored in the topic partition, as we have seen. With the replication factor of n, producer and consumer can tolerate up to n minus 1 broker being down, right, because of the replication factor. This is why we have the golden rule, right, of 3 to be replication factor. Allow for one broker to be taken down for maintenance and other broker may be unexpectedly down, so that is why 3. So one would be active and it would provide our all the data. So as long as the number of partition remain constant for a topic, no new partition, the same key will always go to the same partition. So this is also important in interview point of perspective, like as long as the number of partition remains same, so consider 3 as your partition. So constant for a topic, it will always go to the same partition. It will not go, okay, today I'll go here in partition 0, tomorrow partition 1. It will not happen. So these are the Kafka guarantees. So this is also an interview ask question, like, oh, what are the guarantees in a Kafka cluster? So you need to understand these well. I hope you got some insight about Kafka basic. In our next video, we'll see about Kafka CLI, and we'll create some topics, and we'll create some single node cluster in Kafka. Thank you and bye bye.